During this speech, I will be showing revisions and improvements from my speech over Missouri Southern State University's Theme Semesters and Study Abroad program. I will be improving my body language, appropriate gestures showing a comfortable stance rather than being as still as a statue, voice inflection opposed to a soft, slightly monotone voice, and voice volume instead of using a soft volume through the whole speech. I will be making these changes as well as providing more information to increase how interesting my speech is. Beginning in 1997, Missouri Southern State University started up their now annual theme semesters. Through a unique and interesting twist on a study abroad program, my own experience with a theme semester, and learning about different cultures in the region and countries during a theme semester, Missouri Southern State University encourages their students to get involved with more than just their major. Although not all students may have the opportunity to study abroad in a foreign country, MSSU brings the country to the campus. While most universities tend to draw specific attention to their own study abroad programs, MSSU decided to bring a bigger emphasis to their own program. Although MSSU is not the only college to do this, when searching for universities that do provide a theme semester throughout the year, Missouri Southern is in the top 5 results. According to the MSSU website, by planning theme semesters based around a specific country or region of countries, students can be involved in a wide variety of activities based around the theme during the fall semester, without having to study abroad in another country. From art shows to movies to seminars and informative speeches, students have a considerable amount of options to participate in. The concept of theme semesters is that, although not all students are fortunate enough to be able to afford a study abroad program, or have other obligations such as a job, a family, and others, that specific theme semester can bring the study abroad type of feeling to the students on campus. Throughout most of the Nordic country, Greenland, temperatures only go above 0 degrees Celsius in July. During the other times of the year, temperatures typically remain below 0. During my first semester at Missouri Southern State University, our fall semester was Nordic themed. Having a theme semester encouraged me to do more research on different countries, specifically Nordic countries and lands, to educate myself more about the theme of my semester. Throughout the semester, there were dozens of events that were Nordic-based. Movies, art showings, seminars, presentations, plays, and even musical performances were just a few of the intriguing and informative events that took place on the MSSU campus. Personally, I attended a couple of the art showings in the Spiva Art Gallery on campus. I genuinely adored being able to admire the artwork created by my fellow classmates solely based on the theme of that semester, Nordic regions. I also attended a Nordic-themed play put on by the MSSU's theater program called Ghost. These art shows and plays exploited how different Nordic culture is opposed to Western culture. Western culture compared to non-Western culture differs in a considerable amount of ways. According to Sarah Michaels from World Atlas, in 1893, Western country New Zealand was the first country in the world to grant women the right to vote, and following 13 years later in 1906, Nordic country Finland was among one of the first countries to grant women the right to vote, as opposed to America in 1920. And in 2015, Norway was also determined the most gender-equal country in the world. Just as other countries have their own faults, Sweden has theirs too. Swedish women have a higher risk of being victims of sexual abuse and domestic abuse in their marriages, according to Merle Wessel. Just like Sweden, Finland also has their mistakes, as they were one of the last countries to criminalize rape in marriage in 1994, as opposed to North America criminalizing it in 1986. Throughout the 22 years that Missouri Southern State University has been putting on their theme semesters, students were able to reach the country of that theme without having to drop their own obligations to study abroad, such as myself with my own experienced theme semester, as well as teach students about cultures of other regions and get students involved rather than sitting them down in a classroom and talking at them. And as the famous Dr. Seuss once said, "Oh, the places you'll go."